Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and I am here to do my, it's late, review of Loki Episode 2. Now, I am not going to go through the play-by-play. In fact, this is going to be a little bit quicker, but I am going to talk about a few of the major points, plus a spoiler in this, so you definitely don't want to miss this video. Before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on it. If you are a fan of this sort of thing, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you want to know as soon as I put out a video. This new episode came out last night. I watched it, but I wasn't in the mood to make a video. I kind of wanted to stew on it and sit on it and kind of understand how I really felt about this episode. And when it came down to it, the episode still felt a little off for me. It wasn't the content, it was the pacing of the content that kind of made me feel a certain way. If you have watched the first episode, then you understand that Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, is recruiting Loki into helping him find another variant Loki who is a little bit worse off, a little bit more malicious than our Loki. He goes into the Loki that we know and kind of breaks him down and understands that he's not really that bad of a guy. Mischievous scamp? Yes. Tyrant and evil and wants to do all this killing? Not so much. So they're trying to figure out how is this variant going from place to place without tipping them off. They are the TVA. They know exactly when some sort of time anomaly takes place that's not supposed to. And Loki figures it out. That this Loki is hanging out in places where there's about to be a cataclysmic event. And so whatever that Loki does doesn't matter because everybody there is about to either be incinerated or die, or the actions don't matter. And they test this by going to 79 AD when Pompeii is about to blow up. And Loki goes up there, tells them his name. He tells them that he's from the future and that they're all about to die from Mount Vesuvius. And they all look at him like crazy. And Owen Wilson Mobius is like, "Wow, there's no branch timelines." And Loki's like, "Because it doesn't matter." So this other Loki, this Loki that isn't as dapper as me, is going to places where there are about to be cataclysmic events, and that's how he's operating under the radar. So after they figure that out, they take another clue from the first episode, which was a stick of gum, and they try to pinpoint exactly when in time is Loki, because it has to be right before some sort of cataclysmic event. And they take the gum and figure out, because it was made between this year and this year, that it has to be around a cataclysmic event, then some sort of apocalyptic so and so. They find out that it is at a Rock Smart, I believe, in, was it Alabama, or I think it was Alabama. It's either Alabama or Georgia. I didn't really care. I didn't, because it took so long to figure out. This Loki also had kidnapped one of the Minutemen to use as bait. Now, before I continue with the story, I have to say that at the very beginning, when this Minuteman was kidnapped, it was to the tune of "I Need a Hero," and I don't think that a song has had so many uses in such a short amount of time. It first started with the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Revelations trailer, and then after that, just a few days later, it came in with the Guardians of the Galaxy video game trailer that's going to be set to come out later on this year. And now, like literally 2 days later, maybe 2.5 days later, it gets used in this Loki episode 2. I swear, they are just rolling in dough. You know what? More power to them. But anyway, back to the story. They go to this convenience store, or really it's a supermarket, and they're trying to find out if this Loki is there, and they fall right into the trap. And as the TVA, as the Minutemen, and all of them are going in one direction, Loki goes with Hunter B-15, and it turns out that they come up on a guy who's in like the floral department while this hurricane is like upon them. And Loki's like, that doesn't seem like it's right. So they approach, and then all of a sudden the dude transfers his consciousness or whatever to Hunter B-15. Uh, and then it is it is what is it revealed that this is the other variant. And so they're having a talk, and Loki is trying to figure out what that variant's end goal is. And Loki is like, I'm trying to take over the TVA. You know, they have the ultimate power in the entire universe. Why would I not, you know, be right in wielding said power? So I'm trying to get an audience with the high, you know, the guild and everything like that, so I can take it over. And the other Loki's like, well, you know, in B-15, you know, Hunter B, whatever, in their body, saying, oh, you know, that's cute and everything. And as the conversation goes, he keeps transferring his consciousness from one body to another. So we keep seeing other people, but we're not seeing the actual variant. And as the hurricane is coming, the final trap is actually set. And this new Loki reveals himself to be an actual herself. And it is what we think is Lady Loki. And Lady Loki sets a trap with all of these charges that she's been stealing from all of the times that she's ambushed the Minutemen, and sends them to the sacred timeline, which these bombs reset timelines. So all the sacred timeline is getting reset in multiple spots, which is causing anomalies, which hardline timelines into, as I said in the last episode, a multiverse of madness. But there's two things that I want to talk about. That variant Loki leaves, and as the TVA are closing in, our Loki decides he's going to leave with the other variant, and they're going to go together, and pretty much escapes the TVA. Now, that's the one thing I want to talk about. That's where the episode ends. The other thing I want to talk about is the big spoiler that happened in the credits. So in the end credits, you know, they're going through everything, and they're talking about the cast. And at the very beginning, it talks about how this is called the variant. Like, she's called the variant in the English cast, but as it goes on and it goes to other languages, in the Spanish version, it's not the variant, it's Sylvia, which Sylvia, if I remember correctly, is the second version of the Enchantress, which the powers that we were seeing in episode number 2 completely support the fact that this is not Lady Loki, but this is actually the Enchantress. It's just a different version of it. And I, in all honesty, don't know how I feel about this upcoming reveal, if I am, in fact, correct in the fact that it's not really Lady Loki. Overall, I didn't really care for this episode. And it wasn't what was in the episode, but it was the pacing. The pacing just seemed kind of flat to me. Like the first half, yeah, there were things that happened. The Minutemen get ambushed at the very beginning, and Loki reveals the big, giant, gaping hole in security for the TVA. But other than that, because in all honesty, the ambush doesn't bring about a lot of fruit, and the pacing just felt kind of off for me. I'm still enjoying the series for what it's presenting, but I need something a little bit more, and I need it to be better paced as far as episode 3 is concerned. So I hate to say that I didn't like the episode, because it definitely had something to bring, but I would have enjoyed it better had it been a little bit faster paced. Like, there are literal points where there's studying going on, and I'm just like, I didn't come for studying. I came for Loki and action and deceit and mischief. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And you guys could have absolutely loved this episode. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. But that is my recap of episode 2 of Loki. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends. And as always, this is Cameron with CB Reviews. We'll see you next time.